Alright everyone, time for the final episode review of the day, which is Spit and Eggs. Beginning of Meteor Res, while Piz and Mac are at a party, a bloodied Veronica stumbles to Piz's door and collapses. The episode flashes back to 2 days earlier. As the Lilith House celebrates the end of the Greek system, Logan abruptly breaks up with Veronica. Weevil helps Dean Odell fix his TV. A man comes into the dean's office and implicitly threatens to remove his funding if the Greek system stays closed. The dean tells Keith to track his wife, and Veronica sobs in the shower due to her breakup with Logan. The dean unexpectedly reinstates the Greek system, to the delight of Dick. The dean and Veronica spot a classified ad that states a mysterious person will find his next victim at a party. After receiving an A on her paper, she visits Tim Foyle and sees an investigation board. Walsa lists Wallace, Piz, and Mac for help in investigating an upcoming Pi Sig party. At the party, Veronica notices that the rape coasters, which test for date rape drugs, do not actually work. Veronica, Mac, and Piz test various people's cups and find nothing. After Keith tells Dean Odell that his wife is cheating him with Veronica's criminology paper, he pulls out a gun. Wallace and Piz find a drink that was tested positive for GHB, and Wallace and Logan dash to her dorm. Dean Odell finds and enters into the room in which his wife and the criminology professor are carrying on their affair, as Veronica learns that they have tracked the wrong girl. Just as Mercer, the actual rapist, is about to rape his next victim, he abruptly learns that Veronica has changed places with his victim. Veronica chases Mercer, and they have a quick fight before Veronica escapes. She is led into Moe's room. Moe hands Veronica a drink. After discovering a picture of Mercer and Moe, Veronica experiences the effects of a date rape drug. She hides in the closet and struggles to remain conscious. Mercer and Moe enter the room and are about to miss her, but Veronica's cell phone rings and they knock her out. Parker calls attention to Mercer. In addition to a bomb threat against Hearst, Dean Odell notices his window being egged before a mysterious man enters, and the dean asks, "What are you doing here?" Keith arrests Mercer and Moe. Logan intentionally gets himself arrested so he can go into the cell with Mercer and Moe. The dean is found dead in his office in the morning from a bullet wound to the head. Uh-oh. So now let's take a look at the production of this episode, beginning with the development. The episode was written and directed by series creator Rob Thomas, marking his 7th writing credit and 2nd final directing credit for the series. Starting with this episode, Thomas and the crew's plan for the season changed. While they had initially scheduled 3 major story arcs for the season, this number is now bumped down to 2. The last 3 episodes would be standalone. The creative team decided that their choices for major mysteries had not worked since season 1. Thomas elaborated, quote, "One feeling is that the big mysteries keep away the casual TV viewers, and the other thing is that this has been the least successful since season 1, the big mysteries." Thomas also recalled that his major design for the first season that was because Lily had been murdered. Everyone had a stake in solving the mystery, and the crew were finding it impossible to keep the same amount of emotional involvement since the first season. Thomas thought the new format would be a way of trying to return to a more emotionally driven format. In addition, Thomas turned what was scheduled to be the 3rd major mystery into a 2-episode storyline, the last 5 episodes of the season being standalone. He stated, quote, "It seems like a good time to do it, a good fun test balloon." Nevertheless, he confirmed there would be ongoing stories in Veronica's personal life. A week prior to the episode's airing, Michael Osiello received an advanced screening of the episode, revealing several details that the network allowed him to divulge. And now on to writing and directing. On the Season 3 DVD commentary, Thomas remarks on his experience directing Spit and Eggs, and shares his thoughts on several scenes of the episode. He called the scene in which Mercer attacks Veronica the one he was happiest with for any number of reasons. The scene was shot with 27 camera angles, the most for any Veronica Mars episode, and it took 10 or 11 hours to film. The scene also features a number of fake unicorns in various forms. Unicorns were an in-joke among the cast and crew after one Season 2 script involved Veronica calling a store Unicorncopia. While directing the scene, Thomas wanted to find an unusual weapon to be used, and unicorns struck him as funny. The scene in which Mo removes the unicorn horn from Mercer's leg was initially intended to be Mo bandaging Mercer. But Thomas thought that the final product would be more interesting while preparing for the scene. Thomas included Piz dancing humorously at the fraternity party because he could watch it over and over, and there were roughly 15 minutes of footage of him dancing. The band that plays at the party, the Diamond Smugglers, is from Thomas's hometown of Austin, Texas, and they played at Thomas's wedding and 40th birthday party. The scene near the end with Logan smashing a police car to get intentionally thrown in prison confused the crew, who doubted its artistic and technical plausibility. However, Thomas was pleased with the final output, and producer Dan Etheridge called it one of the most compact and interesting visual storytelling pieces in the episode. The episode went over budget. In this episode, Mac wears a shirt that says, "Ask me about my STD," something the show for critics commended for its comedic value. Thomas came up with the idea for the shirt and hired one of the other guest actors in the scene for another episode, commenting, "It's funny, I actually made that up, and now I have one too." In addition, because Thomas was so pleased with the acting in the scene from the one boy who hands Mac a whiskey, he hired the actor for a role in a subsequent episode as an important witness to Dean Odell's death. And finally, the acting. Spit and Eggs features the return of series regular Tina Majorino, who plays Mac on the show, after an absence of 6 episodes. Majorino had not appeared since the second episode of the season, My Big Fat Greek Rush Week. At the time, Majorino was also series regular on the HBO series Big Love, so her schedule was difficult to determine. She stated, quote, "It's a little tough, but Big Love and Veronica Mars have both been really great about juggling the schedule so I could do both shows." On October 24, 2006, the cast and crew were filming the episode. Because of this other commitment, Majorino appeared in 11 episodes of the season instead of the scheduled 12. On that same date, Majorino revealed that she would be returning in Spit and Eggs, that it resolved the Hearst rapist storyline, that it introduced the show's next major story arc. On her role in the episode and the season as a whole line with the events of the second season finale, Majorino commented, quote, "It's not like all of a sudden she's over everything that happened." Spit and Eggs features the reveal that Mercer Hayes, played by Ryan Devlin, is her serial rapist. Devlin was unaware that he would be the perpetrator until reading the episode's script. He stated, quote, "To tell you the truth, I'm not sure the writers knew where my story was headed, but I was happy to do it. It's way more fun being bad than good." This episode also marks the final appearance of Ed Begley Jr. after his character is killed. The mystery surrounding his murder will be the next major story arc. So overall, I think this episode is kind of interesting, and that I like the fact that it sets up the next major story arc of the season. So, yeah. So overall, I give Spit and Eggs 5 marshmallows out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in next time as we take the next episode, Show Me the Monkey. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.